Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the road trip ready trivia quiz made to be played while riding in your car. Today's episode is number 588, the category Brainy Tuesday number 28. This is a 21 question quiz where all of the questions are just a little bit harder than your typical recreational pub quiz. A little tough, but still very enjoyable, plus you're probably going to learn something today. Let's get started with question number 1. By scientific definition, what is the three-word term that represents the exact amount of thermal energy required to raise the temperature of 1 pound of liquid water by 1 degree Fahrenheit? What is that three-word term? The answer is a British thermal unit, 1 BTU. Question number 2. If a rocket is fired upward into space, it will first move through the troposphere. After the stratosphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere, what is the final layer it will pass through that gradually fades into interplanetary space? That final layer is called the exosphere. Question number 3. The story follows a bizarre and whimsical crew of a bellman, a banker, and a beaver on a sea voyage. What popular English literary figure of the 19th century wrote the 1876 nonsensical poem entitled The Hunting of the Snark? The Hunting of the Snark was written by Lewis Carroll. Question number 4. It smells like coffee but has no caffeine. What is the name of the bitter-tasting herb made from a plant commonly known as coffee weed that is often used as an additive in coffee or even as a coffee substitute? It is popular in New Orleans-style coffees. It's called chicory. Chicory is the answer. Question number 5. In Greek mythology, the 3 sisters of fate were powerful goddesses who had great influence over the lives of men. Lachesis, Atropos, and what third sister who was the weaver of the thread of life? What was the third sister's name? The weaver of the thread of life, her name was Clotho. Question number 6. What is the name of the Italian-born Nobel Prize-winning physicist who achieved the world's first controlled nuclear chain reaction beneath the bleachers of the University of Chicago's Stagg Field on December 2nd, 1942? This Italian Nobel Prize-winning physicist was Enrico Fermi. Question number 7. What is the name of the technique used by farmers when land is left idle and unworked to temporarily remove hosts for soil-borne pathogens, manage weed growth, and allow natural processes to rebuild soil organic matter and moisture for future crops? That term is fallowing. If you leave your field to fallow, you're letting nature do its job. Question number 8. Also the composer of the familiar Pink Panther theme, what is the name of the American composer of popular music who wrote the song Moon River, featured in the 1961 movie Breakfast at Tiffany's? very important in American pop culture. His name is Henry Mancini. Question number 9. Named after the U.S. aviator who crash-landed his small airplane near the top of it in 1937, Angel Falls towers over 3,000 feet above the Churun River. In what South American country is this highest waterfall in the world located? Angel Falls is located in Venezuela. Question number 10. While the instruments in this group were traditionally made of organic material, now they may also be constructed of metal. What is the term for any of a group of air-powered musical instruments, including flutes and reed pipes? The answer is woodwinds. Question number 11. What was the name of the Zionist leader who proclaimed Israel's independence, united Jewish militias into the Israel Defense Forces during the 1948 war, and officially became the nation's first prime minister in 1949? Israel's first prime minister was David Ben-Gurion. Question number 12, composed of 4 main steps: carbon fixation, reduction phase, carbohydrate formation, and the regeneration phase. The Calvin cycle is a major part of what general biological process which is necessary for virtually all life on Earth? The biological process we're looking for is photosynthesis. Question number 13. Both the northern and the southern lights occur when charged particles from the sun collide with gases in Earth's magnetic field. The northern lights are known as the aurora borealis. What is the term for the southern lights? The same phenomenon, but in the southern hemisphere. The aurora borealis occur in the north. The aurora australis occurs in the south. Question number 14. From a Latin word meaning elsewhere or somewhere else, what is the term for the legal defense in which an accused person provides evidence or claims that they were in another location when a crime was alleged to have taken place? If you weren't there when it happened, you have an alibi. Alibi is the answer. Question number 15. Found abundantly in yellow and orange produce like carrots, sweet potatoes, mangoes, and cantaloupe, what vitamin is an essential nutrient needed to produce rhodopsin, a retinal pigment that allows your eyes to adjust to darkness and see clearly in dim light? The vitamin we're looking for is vitamin A. Question number 16. Coming from the Greek words meaning name and to make, what is the most common term in grammar given to the use of a word which sounds like its meaning, such as bang, boom, pow, hiss, or buzz? I always think of comic books when I'm thinking of this word. The word is onomatopoeia. You see them all the time in comic books. Question number 17. Containing the songs Wouldn't It Be Loverly and I Could Have Danced All Night, what is the name of the popular musical opening on Broadway in March of 1956 that starred Rex Harrison and Julie Andrews? That's not a typo or a mispronunciation. The song is called Wouldn't It Be Loverly from My Fair Lady. Question number 18. What is the name of the area in Egypt where, for a period of nearly 500 years, from the 16th to the 11th century BC, rock-cut tombs were excavated for the pharaohs and powerful nobles of the New Kingdom? This area has a specific name. What is it? It is known as the Valley of the Kings. Question number 19. Variations and energetic bursts of this phenomenon can cause magnetic storms and beautiful auroras on Earth. What is the term given to this stream of electrically charged particles constantly moving outward from the sun? The answer is solar wind. And the final question today, question 20. In what major work of English literature, by what author does the narrative begin at the Tabard Inn in Southwark, which is owned by the character Harry Bailey? I need the name of the work and the author. Written by Geoffrey Chaucer, that would be The Canterbury Tales. All right, that wraps up the first 20 questions of today's quiz. There is a question 21 tiebreaker coming up in just a minute if you need to stick around for that. But before we get there, I know today's quiz, even for a Brainy Tuesday, was pretty tough. But you got to take heart and know that on days like today where you're not getting as many questions right, it's a good day to learn a little something. It wouldn't be any fun if you just knew all the questions all the time, so we got to stretch your brain out just a little bit with some harder questions. Hopefully you learned something, and hopefully you enjoyed playing today's quiz. Now, let's get ready for question 21, the tiebreaker for today. Since the office was established in 1789, how many men have served as President of the United States? I'm looking for the number of unique individual men who have been the president. Since 1789, we've had 47 presidencies served by 45 men. 45 is the correct answer. Whichever player got closest to 45 is going to win the point. If there was a tie after question 20, whoever just won that point just won the whole game. Congratulations. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next trip.